about Khalif Kairo. And honestly, I would pay money not to talk about this again because I feel like he is really going through it. He has become a resident at the DCI. Every day he's being arrested over something. Every day it's something happening. Just yesterday was, I think, yes, it was today or yesterday, he had appeared at Milimani Law Courts for a court summons. And as he was leaving the court, the DCI were there waiting for them and saying, come back, we're not done with you yet. So he has been in and out of the DCI, of police custody for the longest time. Even if you look at him right now, he looks like he is going through it. And obviously netizens, some netizens have not been very supportive because he did live a very flamboyant lifestyle. He was out there in your faces and he does not know how to mince his words. So now people are like, oh, finally, yeah, people are humbling you. And I'm just like, what is this energy you guys have? What is this wicked energy you guys have? Cairo is a very young man. You guys forget. He is not even 30. He's like 27 or 26. He is considerably young, Rubani, entrepreneur, and he is just going through the thick of it. Unfortunately, it seems like he bit off more than he could chew because there are people who are waiting for their cars and their cars have not been delivered and communication is not effective, or he's saying this and leading up to another thing. Like, imagine if I had already paid like 2.2 million to you and you're being dilly-dallying and you're being dodgy about your communication with me, hata mimi nitaenda kwa DCI. So that's the frustration he has been facing with his clients, and also the fact that he expanded. He had the joint over here, I think, on
Camber Road.
on Kiambu Road. He also had another joint over there behind Carnival, and then expanded to Kiambu Road. So, like, rapid expansion all at once, and now here we are suffering the consequences of this. Yes, his business was doing good, thriving. Akasema franchise time, akafungua ingine, and now this is happening. So I know it's a stretch to say give him grace, because if somebody has my 3 million and all I'm seeing around is him being talked to by the DCI, is him facing legal trouble, is him not picking up my calls or communicating, even me, I'll feel some type of way, because it's not small money that he's being followed up on. He has said that it has been frustrations from clandestine people trying to frustrate his efforts. And I'm just like, you need to stop blaming people, and you need to at least take accountability and say, you know what, it was me, I messed up. Forgive me as I work forward. This is how I'm moving forward. I did see him put up a video looking for more investors into his company to see if they're going to get out of the rut they're in. I hope they do. He also had a WeFund. I think it was a GoFundMe. But unfortunately, because of all his legal troubles, when it hit the $100,000, not Kenya shillings, $100,000. They kind of shut it down because of everything that's going on. So I think they also want to investigate if it's actually a scam going on or what the money is for. And he has been forced to put out a pay bill. And honestly, I feel like we should just support him. I feel like he's going through it, and everyone is going through it, and I know we are all frustrated. Even if you look at the coins you have right now, mtu akikupigia simu kuomba hata 500 bob, unasikia nika utamwambia please, you're working against, unafanya hesabu ya minus kwa maisha yangu. So honestly, I just have a lot of empathy for him and his situation, because it happens to a lot of people, and I just hope he works through it.
I think something that you said that was very important and impactful was he's young. For a person to have achieved such huge leaps and bounds, like, if you really think about it, at your age, what have you achieved, you know? So obviously this is a person who's been working hard to make sure that they've gotten here. And money troubles catch up with a lot of people. We just had a conversation about Aziad, who's now trying to get herself back in the game, you know, because there was a lot of pressure just to keep up with the Joneses, you know. And when we're talking about car importation, it's shilingi mbili. Let's not forget, excise duty has been increased. All the taxes have been increased. VAT has been increased. Like, so many calculations that were made beforehand are now on a different scheme altogether. So maybe he was just caught up in the, oh my God, I told this client I can get this thing in for 2 million, and now I need to add another 3.5 to be able to get this car into the country. How am I going to have this conversation? Like, there's so much stuff happening economically. Like, I was saddened yesterday when I was talking to some, I think the MD of Faida Bank, and he was talking about how we were having a conversation about the dollar versus Kenya shilling. How is it that Kenyan shilling has just stalled, dollar versus Kenya shillings has stalled at a particular number for the last many months? And it was a sad reality because apparently exports and imports have gone down. Industries have shut down. So the people who used to buy a lot of stuff from outside, import a lot of raw materials from outside, have shut down businesses. And therefore, the people who required the dollar would cause the dollar to be volatile up and down. If they're no longer buying anything, guess what? The dollar stagnates. So it's not, and there's so much happening in our economy that it is scary. If you really break it down, it's a scary place to be in Kenya, because at some point, that cushion of 129 is going to go even lower. So for all the people who are doing imports, for all the people who are doing exports, for all the people who are dealing with dollar accounts, all those people are going to be affected. And that's a lot of people. The government is borrowing a lot more, but it's not getting enough of the work done. Like, you're borrowing money. Road constructions, when's the last time you saw a road being constructed recently? Nowhere. And those are part of the importers who used to buy things from outside the country to construct roads, but there are no more road constructions. There's no infrastructural development happening, yet the government keeps borrowing money. Guys, if we get into the economics of this all, it's scary where we are. So why would we expect someone who's been dealing with importing products from a different country, why would we expect that to be any different? If the tariffs of the US to any country that is refusing to comply with them is increased by 25%, what makes you think that those countries are not going to disperse that kind of loss towards other people? Of course, changes in prices are going to happen. And of course, Khalif Kairo is going to, anyone who is importing anything is going to suffer, okay? The prices of things are about to go really high, really quick. It is a dark time economically. All I can say is that. So I completely understand where Khalif Kairo is coming from. And it feels horrible that, like, the moment he's like, pop, back down, boy, back down. Guys, give him a little bit of leeway. Not grace, leeway. Let him sort it out, okay? Give him some time to sort it out. And I'm very sure he will. But Khalif Kairo, once you get up there again, wacha kutusi watu
kwa Cayman account.
Wacha kutusi watu ovyo ovyo. Juizi Cayman accounts kwani zimeenda? Yeah? All these offshore accounts ulikuwa nazo saizi ziko?
Yeah.
We, Tiga, please stop insulting people's intelligence, yeah? And making them feel like inferior to you. Yes, you've made it. Yes, you've worked hard. Yes, you have done what many people your age have not done. But that doesn't mean that you shove it down everyone's throat, because I promise you, you're going to rub someone else the wrong way, and it's going to come back to bite you. Now, speaking of people who have had things rubbing them the wrong way, ooh, no pun intended, and now they're coming right around it and going like, you know what? I'm shaking this off. Jackie Matubia, alituambia last year, 2024, the year of our Lord, no more, no mas. I don't want no man. I don't want anyone to tell me about love. The only love that I want to find is the love within myself and my child, okay? I am not looking for love. I am not pursuing anyone. I am canceling love from any of my mental channels, okay? That was 2024. Guess what? 2025, January, January.